Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lawn Chair Sports. We are at St. Pete Athletic again. We have our Super Bowl prep show. Today we are brought to you by Kalshi. This is the best prediction market out there. If you guys aren't using Kalshi, you're an idiot because you know you can't write off your sports bets losses now, but you can write off investment losses, and that's what Kalshi gives you. Kalshi also has some sick bets, so check it out. We're going to be talking more of that, but let's get into the Kalshi hot take of the week. Bill Belichick denied entry into being a first ballot Hall of Famer. Bill Polian kind of supposedly leaked out that he was one of the ones that voted against Bill Belichick getting in there. Kurt Warner thinks it's okay. Patriots fans are pissed. I'm going to give my take first here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is absolutely warranted. With Spygate, Deflategate, the NFL is making a stance that morals actually matter. And a guy like Bill Belichick, sure, did he have success? He did, but he went against league rules. He cheated. He literally was filming people during their practice. He cheated out the Baltimore Ravens, the Indianapolis Colts, the Eagles, multiple rings, AFC Championships, NFC Championships. This Patriots organization deserves this. This is the kind of character they have. You know, they say the fish rots from the head. And Robert Kraft with his massage scandals and Bill Belichick, those two leading that program during those years, it was a stain on the NFL and good on the voters, especially a character guy like Bill Polian, for taking a stance for what's right in the NFL. I think this was a great decision by the voters in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, this is a disgrace. This is an enormous miss by the Hall of Fame. How can you even take these Hall of Fames seriously anymore if Bill Belichick isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer? Like, was he kind of a grouch and not always nice to people during his NFL career? Maybe. Did he bend the rules on one or two occasions? No, he didn't, because both Spygate and Deflategate have been proven to be 100% fabricated. So they were completely made up. The Patriots were innocent, and they were made up because of guys like Bill Polian, Kurt Warner, Eric Mangini, Marshall Faulk, just a bunch of sore losers who wanted to feel better because they couldn't get over the hump and beat the Patriots. So Bill Belichick, no one won more during his NFL career, and no one won with more integrity. He belongs as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there and talk about integrity. This guy was literally instructing staff members to film practices. You wonder why Tom Brady always checked into the perfect play? They knew the calls and the defenses that were coming. So I think it's great that the NFL, especially the old guard, are keeping the morals of the league at forefront. Okay, yes, success is one thing, but doing it the right way, that's what really matters. Bill Belichick did not do it the right way. Thank God the Hall of Fame took a stand. I am all here for it. And if it were up to Goodell, I bet he would have let him in. But thank God Goodell didn't have any power over this. The NFL needs to get back to character people, and moving Bill Belichick out of the history is what needs to happen.
This is crazy. I mean, even if you want to take away the 2001 Super Bowl for Spygate, take away 2014 for Deflategate, take away the 16-0 season, the other time they were allegedly filming the sideline, that's still a first ballot Hall of Fame career, even though season's taken away. So this is just people who came up short year after year, could not beat the Patriots, just trying to rationalize their shortcomings.
Plus, no one in the statue-making community would be able to make a bust that ugly of Bill Belichick's face. So that might be another consideration of why they didn't let him into the Hall of Fame, because I don't know who would carve that ugly face of Bill Belichick.
I'm going to have to side with Andy on this one, based off the fact that Barry Bonds isn't in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And you're keeping out elite talent, coaches, whatever, out of the Hall of Fame just because they might have bent the rules, which, like Andy said, even if you take that away, he's still a successful coach. He's won, 8 total Super Bowls, two as a coordinator?
That's right.
So, I mean, if Barry Bonds isn't getting in the Hall of Fame with the career he had, one of the best baseball players ever, and you take away the steroids, he's still a very highly talented baseball player. And Bill Belichick, if you take away his cheating, he's still a really successful coach.
No,
I feel like your argument is on my side.
No.
Well,
because
you just said
they're still successful.
you're making a comparison to Barry Bonds, and they
more
have
than
not let him in
successful.
the Hall of Fame.
No, you don't want to mimic the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Baseball Hall of Fame is a complete joke.
I'm just
and the
saying,
NFL
based
should
off
not
of
follow
that,
suit.
like I think Bill Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame because I also think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame.
But
I'm not a Hall of Fame voter.
But what I'm
that's
saying
my
is
opinion.
that's a bad argument. It would be an argument if Barry Bonds got put into the Hall of Fame. Baseball also took a moral stance. They kept Barry Bonds out. NFL's just following suit. You can't ruin the integrity of football because that's what matters. That's what people tune in. Football is a game of integrity.
Yeah,
Bill
absolutely.
Belichick showed none of that in his tenure.
No, it's these Hall of Fames, they're completely botching everything. The Baseball Hall of Fame has been a joke for years. No Barry Bonds, no Roger Clemens, no A-Rod, no Manny Ramirez, but Scott Rowland and Jeff Canton are in the Hall of Fame. Do you know who those people are? They played in the exact same era.
I know they are. They're way
Ichiro
worse.
wasn't even he didn't even get every single vote. He wasn't
It was not
unanimous.
unanimous. I mean, that guy.
He was one of the best
Clearly
baseball
unanimous.
players like to play the game.
On the other end, the Basketball Hall of Fame, I think just about anyone who's had a triple-double is inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. So these Hall of Fames, trying to judge morals, they're athletes. These are famous, highly paid individuals. They're all horrible people. Stop pretending they're not. Terrell Owens not being a first-ballot Hall of Famer is a joke. Antonio Brown probably won't get in, even though his resume warrants it. It's a bad look for the Hall of Fame today because Bill Belichick has now become kind of a sympathetic figure. Like, there were a lot of Patriot haters during the 20-year run, and now suddenly, even the biggest of Patriot haters are coming out in the defense of Bill Belichick. This is almost the best press he's gotten in years. So I don't think the fact that he's not on the first ballot really affects how anyone thinks of Bill Belichick. I mean, it doesn't change how I view a player or a coach one way or the other, whether first ballot, second ballot. So I think this is, in a roundabout way, a good thing for Bill Belichick, and no doubt he'll be inducted next year.
How's Jordan feel about this? She can't be happy, dude.
She's livid.
How many angry emails is she writing?
Well, she's
right
putting
now?
together a GoFundMe right now.
A GoFundMe. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So Dave Portnoy came out and said that he's going to possibly start his own football Hall of Fame. This has now been supported by Jimmy Johnson, so he's got some big names taking this pretty seriously. It's going to be in the Florida Keys in a strip mall. He's thinking about buying it and turning it into a legit Hall of Fame. What are your thoughts on this?
Are there going to be masseuse tables there, just in case Robert Kraft shows up? Or
It could be.
yeah.
I think it's a tremendous move because here's the thing. Yeah, the Football Hall of Fame, I mean, it's legendary. It's iconic. Who wants to go to Canton, Ohio? It's just not really a destination. People love the Florida Keys. And, yeah, if Jimmy Johnson's behind it, if Dave Portnoy is spearheading this thing, I mean, we want people of integrity getting the right people in the hall. So I think this is long overdue.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like the idea of actually having a Hall of Fame that is trying to attract people and does some marketing and stuff. I think the Hall of Fame and the Hall of Fame game, it's kind of old guard. It's kind of boring. It's old news. So I was really excited when I saw the news. Now, I certainly don't think Belichick should be allowed into that Hall of Fame either, but it seems like Portnoy is obviously a little biased, so I imagine Belichick will be.
Wow, that's crazy. You guys ever been to any of the Hall of Fames? You ever go to one in person?
I have been to all of the Hall of Fames.
Really? I went to the baseball.
I haven't been to any.
Cooperstown.
Kind of underwhelming. Like,
I've been to
it
the
is-
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Super underwhelming.
Cleveland, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a great honor to get into these Hall of Fames, but I swear, I mean, it's kind of just a boring museum. And then you look up, you're thinking, why am I in Cooperstown, New York? I mean, it is not near a damn thing. It's just county road after county road.
Yeah, they had a lot of baseball tournaments there growing up. I've been to the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, too. That one has a little bit more interactive exhibits, which is fun because you're right. I mean, it does get a little stale just staring at baseball gloves from the 1920s. But, yeah, I mean, I think the idea of Hall of Fames with where kids' attention spans are now,
Oh, it's tough.
they're kind of a fleeting idea at this point.
Yeah, not wrong about that.
Bad business to be in. But, guys, we got countdown less than 2 weeks until the Super Bowl. I'm excited. This is going to be a great rematch of the 2015 game. And there's just some different storylines we have coming up. So our first Kalshi storyline is Drake Maye. Is he the next great Patriots QB? Let me give you some stats. So he ranked 4th in the NFL with 4,394 passing yards, 3rd in the NFL with 31 passing TDs, 1st in the NFL and NFL record 72% completion percentage, 1st in passer rating, 1st in QBR, 4th in yards per attempt, This guy was pretty much a machine this year. His probably highlight game of the year was 19 for 21 against the Jets, 90% completions, 5 touchdowns, 250 yards passing. He had the highest QBR metric since its 2006 inception as a stat. He's got a lot going for him right now. He is going to be tied for the youngest quarterback to ever play in a Super Bowl. He's tying Dan Marino. If he wins, he will be the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, beating Big Ben. This is an interesting place for Patriots fans to be because obviously you guys had one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Now there's starting to be some conversations of, is Drake Maye, if he gets the win here, is he just inserting himself at age 23 into the conversation of greatest of all time?
I mean, he clearly is. There's no way you can argue otherwise because what Drake Maye has done this season, he's been a machine. And the QBR stat, I don't know what goes into it, but I think it's an incredible stat the more I think about it. This kid, I mean, this is probably the most dominant run we've seen a quarterback go on to reach a Super Bowl, going through 3 of the top 5 defenses. And the only one that even comes close is probably Flacco in 2012 when he carried the Ravens to the Super Bowl. I mean, this kid is sensational. He's doing all this in year 2. I mean, it looks like this kid is going to be a star for years to come. So, you thought lightning couldn't strike twice in New England. I mean, it just might with this
Wait
kid,
until they
Drake
start
Maye.
cheating, how good he's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vrabel has a lot more standards and morals than Bill
absolutely.
Belichick, so I don't see that coming. But
Robert Kraft doesn't.
all of this Drake Maye talk, it just kind of brings up the parallels of the 2001 Patriots. Okay, let me give you some stats. So in the 2000 season, the Patriots were 5-11. Enter in Tom Brady the next year. They're 11-5. That's a 6-win improvement. It was Tom Brady's second year as well. Super Bowl odds, they were the underdog. In the they had a snow playoff game. That was the one of the tuck rule. That's how they got in there. So 2 AFC Championship tuck rule snow
Did
games.
they also play a backup quarterback in that game? Or
Good question. It was Rich Gannon, I believe.
Patriots were on the backup quarterback plan.
In 2025, obviously, 14-3 record for the Patriots. They were 4-13 last year. I know we know this, but that's a 10-game improvement. That is the largest improvement for a first-year head coach by Mike Vrabel of his team ever. And they come in at a plus 190 underdog. That was the start of their 6-ring dynasty. Rob Gronkowski was just said, this might be the start of their 3rd dynasty. Do we think the Patriots are legitimately dynasty bound for another time? Or is this just kind of a flash in the pan? They got lucky, had a bad schedule. What are your thoughts?
I mean, this has dynasty written all over it because it's like you have the 2 most difficult pieces to find. You got the young stud quarterback, and you got the coach who, look, he's only in his 7th year as head coach, but this guy, he looks like when it's all said and done, he could be one of the great coaches. So, and right now they're doing it with, you look up and down this Patriots roster, there aren't a ton of star names. They don't have a bad roster, but they're not filled with household names. So let the front office get a few more years to kind of beef this thing up with more talent. I mean, things are pointing up in New England.
It's so funny listening to a Patriots fan talk about another dynasty starting. Guys, you guys were just happy 4 weeks ago to even be in the playoffs, and now your cocky asses are already talking about his 3rd dynasty. Get over yourselves. This is a classic Boston. Everything's hyperbole up there in Boston because there's nothing else to do in the city. This is absolute bullshit, okay? Drake Maye had one of the luckiest schedule runs in NFL history. Yeah, we played 3 top 5. Bullshit. You played C.J. Stroud, who's terrible. You played a backup QB in Denver in a snow game. And
old-ass Aaron Rodgers.
They did not play Aaron Rodgers. The Texans played Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah, my
They
bad.
played Justin Herbert.
They played Justin
Herbert,
Herbert,
that's right.
who had every single broken bone in his body.
I thought people liked Herbert. Now everyone's like,
The
Herbert
Patriots
stinks.
are a great example of counting their chickens before the eggs hatch. This team is a joke. The city is a joke. You guys are about to get absolutely blown up in the Super Bowl. Forget dynasty talk. Let's just try to keep it under 21-0 in the first half. Then we can kind of talk a little bit more. But classic Patriots shit here.
So, have you seen Drake Maye's stats through these playoffs?
No, let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Have you seen them?
Let's just bring them up. I want to hear it.
55% completion percentage.
Yeah.
533 yards through 3 games. 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and you doesn't
Through
even have the
3
fumbles
games.
on there. I
One
think
of
he
the
has like
pick
4 or
was
5
as time
fumbles.
expired in the first half.
Okay. What about the 55 percentage or completion percentage?
He's
Wasn't his whole thing this whole season how good he was with his accuracy?
He's saving the big throws for the big game. It's like, why waste them when your defense is absolutely blanking the guy?
You think he would have been
able?
able to do that against good teams?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, he just did it against 3 good teams. Did it against 3 good teams. He won a shootout against Josh Allen this season. He beat the Buccaneers in Tampa when we still thought they were good. I mean, this guy, he's answered the bell in every challenge.
Yeah, talents and illusions.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not saying he's necessarily a bad quarterback, but again, it's just that Boston hyperbole. Everything has to be on an extreme, right? It's like, oh my God, we played the best defenses. Oh, Drake Maye is the GOAT. Oh, this is a 3rd dynasty. No, you guys got lucky. Enjoy your run. You guys are going to lose in the Super Bowl quick. Get over yourselves.
I mean, no one is saying any of these things, but also you mentioned 2001, they're underdogs again. Do you know what the line was in the Super Bowl in 2001?
I don't.
They're 14-point underdogs. So going into this game, according to Kalshi, the best predictive market out there, the Patriots are 4.5-point underdogs. So it's kind of crazy. Also, the last 3 Super Bowls, the underdog has won. In fact, going back the last 15 years, it's more underdogs have won than not. So it just goes to show you, any given Sunday, you really never know. When you get to the Super Bowl, it's 2 good teams that are matched up. And just because the Seahawks look better on paper doesn't mean the Pats can't be the better team for one game.
They also look better on the TV, too.
Right. Well, it'll be on TV and on and on
Yeah,
grass.
here's another hot take brought to you by Kalshi is I've been hearing a lot of chatter from New England fans that they are pissed off about Bad Bunny being the halftime performer.
Right.
And it's classic Boston shit. You guys can't appreciate different cultures, and it really bothers me. I mean, this guy is American. Puerto Rico is a part of America. I don't know if they teach that up in Boston, but this guy is going to be electric at halftime. And so all of you Boston fans are saying, hey, it should have been Kid Rock. It should have been this. No. You're going to be entertained during the Super Bowl. Plus, you guys aren't even going to be paying attention to halftime. I'm not sure why every Boston fan on Twitter is talking about how much they hate Bad Bunny. It's getting annoying.
No, Boston fans love Bad Bunny. They have a ton of respect for him. But could the NFL have not scheduled a Boston artist to play? I know they didn't know for sure that the Patriots would be in this game, but could they have not gotten, Marky Mark? This is just, I don't know. I feel like they focused on what a small subset of people wanted to see.
Is it time to just end the careers of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck too? I am so over you guys with your bullshit 3 actors that you have. That's all you guys have too. It's like all I see is Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Marky Mark,
Jeremy Renner. Is
Jeremy
he from Boston?
Renner.
The guy who played Jim in The Office, he's from Rhode Island.
And so
That's cool.
it's like you guys just stick
John
on to these
Krasinski.
things.
Yep.
It makes me think you just have nothing else going on in life.
No, there's a lot going on. It's a lot of big things in Boston.
Yeah, a lot of companies leaving.
Great healthcare.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Biotech. Yeah, Dunkin'. It's
The Harvard Library.
There's
USS
a lot.
Constitution.
JFK Library. So
The what?
USS Constitution.
What's the USS Constitution?
It's the original ship from the Navy that's docked in Boston.
Yeah.
It's part of the Freedom Walk.
yep,
Pretty
Got
cool.
a Freedom Trail.
It
It's
was the
Freedom
last
Trail.
cruise to dock there.
Boston is no
Last
things are
cruise
looking
that
up for
wanted to
Boston.
dock
It's
there.
a thriving city.
Okay. Yeah, it's only $5,000 for any 1 bedroom in Boston. Super livable. Great city.
Hey,
At least
Run
it
by the
doesn't snow
liberals.
that much, you know.
Run by the liberals. Classic Boston.
hey,
Yeah.
we love Boston.
Anywho. Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
He is our Kalshi Comeback Player of the Year.
He is.
He has had quite the run since he left the Bills. So obviously there's that famous picture of him standing there losing the AFC Championships with Buffalo, goes to Houston, thinks he has a good chance. Stroud coming off a great first year, gets Diggs. They have a loaded wide receiver room. He goes in, tears his ACL. I thought his season in career was just completely over after that. When he signed with the Patriots, I kind of laughed because I really thought that this was going to be kind of a joke and a bad distraction for the Patriots. It's proven to be very good for the Patriots. He's the first 1,000-yard receiver in the last 10 years for Boston. And Stephon Diggs crying after the game, partying on the bus with Cardi B. This is the true ascension and arc of the Stephon Diggs story. What are our thoughts on Stephon Diggs?
I'll give it 2 years until he hates Drake Maye.
Oh, I'm giving it less than 1 year. But he just has to like Drake Maye for about 10 more days because they need a big showing from Diggs in the big game. I truly couldn't have expected this when he signed. I was just glad they were getting some receiver who had some cachet, who could make some plays because they've been so thin a receiver for years. And he's been incredible. Like, Diggs has been awesome. I actually have him scoring 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl as well as winning NFL Man of the Year award. You can actually parlay that on Kalshi. So I would recommend everyone do that if you want to win big.
What are the odds on that?
It's
probably
a long shot.
Astronomical.
I'm putting the house on it.
Yeah.
No,
generational wealth from that bet.
The Diggs comeback story, it's been incredible. No, I really thought if you're not going to be happy playing with Josh Allen, what's year 2 Drake Maye going to do for you? But everyone's happy because they're winning. So
Right. Yeah, everyone's always happy when they're winning. It'll be interesting to see. Diggs is going to try to make the loss about him after the game. I feel like he's going to do something on the field. It's going to be very annoying, but there's just no way that Diggs doesn't leave the Super Bowl completely disappointed. I would love to see as well, what's the guy's name who used to be married to Cardi B? It's one of the Migos.
Offset?
Yeah, I want to see Offset on the field with Cardi B after Stephon Diggs loses, and they just get back together because Cardi B's like, actually,
He's gonna
you're
get
a
cucked.
fucking loser. I don't like you, and Offset's the man.
Wow.
So can we bet on Stephon Diggs getting cucked on Kalshi? We should be able to.
Not
course we
yet.
can.
It's,
Okay.
it's
Let's
not
get
on
that- let's
there
get
yet,
that one in there.
But we'll contact some people.
Yeah.
The chair's going to look just like this in the hotel room, too.
There you go.
High quality chairs.
What did you want to talk about?
Yeah. This is a wild one. It's Patriots Seahawks. What an improbable matchup. You can't help but think of that classic clash in Super Bowl 49.
Sure.
I mean, everyone remembers the ending, but it was actually just an absolutely incredible game. What's wild, these two teams, they're back here 11 years later. They're nothing alike. I mean, neither team has any player left from the previous Super Bowl, but even the storylines, they could not be more different. I mean, just think of, that was a true clash of titans. I mean, we had the Legion of Boom Seahawks coming off their dominant Super Bowl win the year before. We had the beginning of Russell Wilson's ascension. And we had the Patriots on the other end. Brady and Belichick, they're already 3-time Super Bowl champs, trying to get their 4th. They hadn't won in 10 years at that point. That was also the week of Deflategate. So there was all this noise about, Patriots taking over the footballs. No. And I kind of look at this Super Bowl. It's missing a true villain. Like, I really feel like the only real villain in this Super Bowl is the Patriots logo. Like, majority of the country is rooting against the Patriots in it, which is fine. It's also odd because usually when the country is unified against a team, it's the favorite. But basically, most of the country wants the Super Bowl to be chalk. They want the favorite to just roll to victory. But I just feel like when you get down to the players and the teams, there's no one all that hateable on either side. Like, both of these teams, I don't think anyone feels all that strongly about Sam Darnold or Drake Maye. They're two kind of business-like operations. I mean, we talked about Patriots, Stephon Diggs, he's up for NFL Man of the Year award. Matt Collins seems like just the kind of down-to-earth guy you could hang out with and want to have a beer with. So I don't really see, that's the one thing. It's lacking a little bit of juice in terms of who's the villain, who's the bad guy.
Warriors, come out to play. Fuck Matt Collins. He's annoying as shit. But
He's very down to earth, like so down to earth.
yeah, he's I'm not wearing shoes. Film me coming into the locker
He's
room.
grounding.
I mean, it's insufferable to watch Matt Collins. This guy's a moron. He contributes nothing to the game except for smashing his own CTE head with his own hands.
Leading receiver in the AFC Championship.
This is an interesting matchup and rematch.
What,
though.
do you have like 15 yards?
51, actually.
Oh,
So
okay.
you got the 2 digits backwards.
This is an interesting rematch because there's not one player or coach on either team that was there on the last Super Bowl.
That's right.
So that's like one of the first times that's happened in a Super Bowl rematch where there's no one ever on the team. So that in and of itself is a cool storyline. But my Kalshi rant of the week of the 2015 Super Bowl is Pete Carroll got so much flack from Seahawks fans that they should have ran the ball with beast mode on the 1 yard line on second down instead of throwing on second down. There was 23 seconds left, and it made a lot of sense to pass there. You got to understand, you're trusting your quarterback to make the right decision.
Was it 4th down, though?
No.
Second down.
Keep in mind that But previous to that, in the same playoffs, Marshawn Lynch was 1 for 6 on runs where they had to get a yard or less to get a first down. So it wasn't as guaranteed as everyone thought it was. And I'm kind of over Marshawn Lynch being heralded as this great guy. He was a horrible human being. He handled that loss terribly. He basically ousted Russell Wilson after that and kind of destroyed the entire franchise. The entire team turned on Russell Wilson, and they didn't have his back. How cowardly is that? The guy's just going out there, giving his heart out. He was a stud of a quarterback in those years, and his entire team and city just turned their back on him because he made one interception. Honestly, the receiver, Lockett, should have gotten in front of that ball and at least broken it up. It was a shitty route, if anything, not a bad throw. I have Pete Carroll's back. I have Russell Wilson's back on that. I have no problem with that call. And honestly, Marshawn, if you weren't 1 for 6 from 1 yard away from a first down, they probably would have run it. So who's that actually on? It's on you. So I don't want to hear that storyline anymore. It was the right call. The Seahawks fans need to get off Pete Carroll's ass and Russell Wilson. Thank them for what they brought you, which was 1 Super Bowl. And that's probably 1 more Super Bowl more than you guys even deserve being Seattle fans.
Yeah, it's crazy because everyone hates the call. How can you not run with Marshawn Lynch there? Pete Carroll's explanation, at least, I don't necessarily agree, but it's that they didn't have enough timeouts to run the ball 4 times in a row. Like, they were going to need either a passing touchdown or an incompletion to stop the clock at some point during it. So decided to throw there on second down. If you're going to throw it, I wouldn't throw a ball right to the middle of the field. But it annoys me a little bit just because that decision is so scrutinized. It almost, I feel like it took credit away from the Patriots for an incredible win. Like, people
God forbid.
People act like just because the Seahawks decided to throw the ball, they just threw the game away. Like, that still took an incredible play by Malcolm Butler to make that pick. And people forget, the Seahawks had a miracle catch just a few plays before that even set up the goal line pick. There was a ball intended for Jermaine Kearse down the side. It was actually defended by Malcolm Butler. Has the ball knocked away, knocks the ball up in the air. It falls on Kearse's legs, juggles it, catches on his stomach. Incredible play, but it was a fluky play, and it was an incredible one. But the revisionist history is that the Seahawks dominated. Patriots had no business winning. If we take out the funny business, I mean, Patriots likely just get a stop on that drive, win the game normally, and everyone doesn't hate each other in the Seahawks locker room.
Take out the funny business of the AFC Championship this year, and the Patriots aren't even in the fucking Super Bowl. So we can go back in time all we want. But
what kind of funny business? The blizzard?
I don't know. Jared said I'm trying to throw a ball like this twice.
Oh, well, that's just a terrible. That's
funny
a terrible
business.
decision.
That's funny
You know,
business.
I'm glad you brought
funny
that
for me.
up because
It was hilarious,
if we go
actually.
back to the Kalshi replay, on that kick that the Broncos were kicking to
Yes.
tie the game,
Yep.
the kicker actually came out after the game and said that he was about 1.5 yards closer to the line than he usually was because the refs didn't give a timeout to the field crew to come out with their snow blowers and actually clear off the lines, which is ridiculous that an entire season on the line for the Broncos, and suddenly the Patriots somehow get it to where the home team can't call a timeout to clear the field so the kicker actually knows where to go. Because he was 1.5 yards up,
It got blocked.
that's why your little D tackle from the practice roster got his middle finger on it. So once again, a team playing the Patriots in the most important part of the game gets a call from the refs that influences the outcome of a game. This is classic Patriots win. I am, as not a Broncos fan, but for someone who can sympathize with Broncos fans, I'm fucking pissed.
Oh, they didn't want to see Jared Stidham versus Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the script was clearly written.
No, the only people who Broncos fans should be pissed at are their entire coach. Will Lutz for not speaking up until after the game. Oh, actually, I think I might have been a little too close. The more I think about it, I couldn't see lines on the field. Or how about Sean Payton? Take it in your own hands. Use a timeout. You expect the officials to just call an official timeout to clear the stone? No, this is your season on the line. Conditions were terrible. If you don't get those 3 points there, it was a wrap. Neither team can move the ball. So don't leave anything to chance. I blame the idiot kicker, and I believe the idiot head coach.
Listen, Kalshi is a great app to predict stuff.
Well, that's true.
But no one could have predicted the refs giving you guys another win and another easy path to the championship, except for me. I predicted it. I think everyone else in America predicted it. you guys just can't do anything on your own merit, and that's fine. But I mean, I wish you guys the best of luck.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what? We got to get into Super Bowl fun facts presented by Kalshi.
Let's do it.
Let's rip the Super Bowl fun facts presented by Kalshi. Drake Maye. He's only the second quarterback since Tom Brady in 2001 to reach the Super Bowl in his first postseason. Do you guys know who the only other quarterback during that time?
Reach the Super Bowl in their first postseason?
Exactly.
Mark Sanchez.
He never got to the Super Bowl, but
Oh, you said I'm sorry. I was thinking postseason or playoffs.
it's Joe Burrow.
Okay,
Joe Burrow did it. So, a generally rare occurrence because Burrow was kind of the only realistic reference the Pats could look to this entire season. It's, do you want a second-year guy getting the Super Bowl in his first playoff appearance? Brady's the other comp, but that's just a ridiculous comparison to make. Patriots, they're the only team to reach the Super Bowl after losing to the team who got the number 1 pick in the draft. Patriots lost at home week 1 to the Vegas Raiders. They picked number 1. Sorry, they're only the second team to reach the Super Bowl after doing this. No team has ever won the Super Bowl after losing to the team that got the number 1 pick.
Who was the other team? Do you have that?
It was like 1970.
Oh, doesn't matter. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't matter.
If it was before we were born,
Yeah.
completely irrelevant stat.
It's like Vikings or something. I don't
No,
know.
but that's an interesting stat about May actually making it to the Super Bowl in his first playoff appearance. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. I think Drake Maye has shown a lot of grit in these games. I think, we talked about earlier on the season is a lot of times quarterbacks get rated solely on stats, right? They get rated on all these completion percentages, the QBRs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But sometimes we forget that it's just about winning the game. And Drake Maye has figured out a way to win the game. If you look at that 3rd and 6 where he faked the handoff, did the naked bootleg, outran that defender, gave him a little stiff arm, and got the first down, those are the plays that can make or break an entire career. And Drake Maye is making those plays. It'll be interesting to see him going up against the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL this year because the dark side, as they've nicknamed themselves, this Seahawks defense is different. So, yes, second only, but also Joe Burrow lost that Super Bowl.
He did.
And he has since then been an absolute abomination of a quarterback, and the Bengals suck again. So, hopefully there's that same parallel because I hate the Patriots.
Yeah. No, it is crazy. Another fun fact, this is the first Super Bowl where both teams started 0-1. So both teams lost their first game of the season. So it's funny to look back. We were doing shows early in the season reacting to every week of football. I'm sure after week 1 we said, who impressed you? Who impressed you? It turned out the whole episode did not matter because whoever the hell we were talking about, they didn't do a damn thing. They're not playing in this big game this coming Sunday. So next year when a team loses to a crappy opponent week 1, don't overreact. It's a long season.
As long as they
Don't
beat
think
the
it's
rest
all
of the
over.
crappy opponents they play the rest of the year.
That's right. Well, I love
Yeah.
people like you have been commenting on our videos for a while, being like, the Patriots lost to the Raiders, as if a loss in week 1 means a damn thing right now. It's about to be February. We're talking about a loss in early September. Like as if the Patriots...
I'm not talking about week 1. I'm talking about the rest of the season. I'm talking about your playoff path.
I love how your entire outlook, it is based on everything the Patriots didn't do and who they didn't play. What about the games they did play? It's like they had 3 losses the entire season. I don't think you can expect anyone to run the table. Their most recent lost to Buffalo in mid-December. They lost 2 of their first 3 games, at home versus Vegas, at home versus Pittsburgh. I mean, if they win those first 2 games, they're 16-1. Would that make people happy? Everyone's talking about, well, they didn't play this team, didn't play that team. All I can judge them on is the games they did play, and they've answered every test. Also, we act like every time a team plays a crappy team, it's just a slam dunk. Like, we watch good teams lose to dog shit teams every Sunday. So, I mean, if the Chiefs had a 17-game schedule where they only played the Browns, I would still be impressed with a 14-win season.
Yeah, of course you were, because your team's on this side of it this year, and that's the argument you're going to run with. But I respect it, and I think you're right. I think you do make a good point, though. We do talk about what they didn't do, and we probably don't talk about what they did enough, which was basically nothing and beat bad teams. So maybe we should talk about that
They
more.
beat a dead Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, who looks like he's throwing with the wrong hand.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
And
I love the Herbert Vision's history because I heard so many analysts pick the Chargers in the game. I was telling people
It's not, but it's not Herbert. It's his line.
I said all
His
this crap
offensive
before the
line
game.
is dead.
No, it's just funny because before the game I said Herbert isn't even healthy. He's banged up, and his line is terrible right now. I still heard people on TV picking the Chargers. Like, well, you don't want to.
Yeah, because no one wants to see the Patriots win, Andy.
You don't want to have to play Herbert and Harbaugh. Then after the fact, it's like, I get they played Jarrett Stidham, but it's like, yes, they played Herbert. Like, I feel like if I polled everyone a month ago, what do we think of Justin Herbert? Is he a top quarterback? People are saying yes. Now he's just being thrown in like he is some fringe starter who might be out of the league soon. It's
I
like,
will
that'd
say
be Herbert.
the Patriots defense is very good. I think they're very underrated, and that's probably the only reason why you guys are in the Super Bowl, because Drake Maye has played like absolute shit in the playoffs.
It's a flip. It's May carried.
Like he is
Patriots
carrying, he's
success.
carrying you guys to the play. They're carrying you guys to the playoffs, which is fine. Like you win games how you win. I'm just sick of people being like, Drake Maye's the next Tom Brady. He hasn't done anything in these playoffs.
No, not yet. But
his rushing in the game against the Broncos is the only positive thing I've seen him do in the playoffs.
So you make a good point about the Patriots defense. I think the biggest matchup, the Kalshi matchup of the week, is going to be Christian Gonzalez versus Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jackson Smith and Jigba clearly showed last week that he can change the course of any game that he plays in.
Dude catches
So
everything.
this is going to be of utmost importance for the Patriots to hold him down. Now, it's going to be an absolute battle because in the 2013 draft, Christian Gonzalez was drafted 17th by the Patriots, and Jackson Smith and Jigba was drafted 20th by the Seahawks. So there's going to be that little rivalry of Jackson Smith and Jigba feeling like he kind of got overlooked by the Patriots. But so far, this is pretty crazy. Gonzalez is having an all-time run in the playoffs right now. He has got 15 tackles, 1 interception, which was the game-sealing interception versus Denver. He's got 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 4 pass breakups. He's only allowed 2 receptions for 12 yards, 0 touchdowns on 8 targets. He's got a 0.0 passer rating allowed. This ties Stephon Gilmore's 2018 playoff record. So he's playing absolute balls to the wall. This is basically, think of it like Ty Law versus T.O. in that one Super Bowl where the Patriots played the Eagles. This is Revis versus Moss. This matchup is literally going to be everything. And Jackson Smith and Jigba is no slouch either. This guy led the league in receiving yards this year and has really cemented himself as a top 3 NFL receiver. So that matchup can dictate a lot. What I think is, even if Gonzalez shuts him down on one side, thank God the Seahawks picked up Shaheed midway through the season from the Saints, because that boy can fly and take the top off. And then you have a Seattle-born Cooper Kupp, who he grew up as a Seattle fan, so this is going to be a big Super Bowl for him, kind of getting his Rams revenge still. I think he's going to be able to work underneath pretty well. The Patriots linebackers seem a little bit stiff in the hips, kind of remind me of Vrabel back in the day. So I think just overall amount of weapons, I think the Seattle offense just overloads the Patriots defense with just the utmost weapons they've seen all year. Now, the question is, if Seattle is scoring that many points, does Drake Maye and the boys even have the power to score over 24 points? I just don't see it. So it's really going to, my theory is going to come down to the defense for the Patriots. That's going to be everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're probably right. If they allow 24 points, they may very well end up losing because the Seattle defense is stout. I mean, the Patriots' best chance to win is to shut down the run and just to give Sam Darnold fits. Like, he's looked a lot better lately. People question, can he perform on the big stage? He's answered those questions. But can Mike Vrabel, can he put together a masterclass of a game plan? Can he make Darnold have a crap game? I mean, we see this even with some of the greats. Think about the Seahawks-Broncos Super Bowl back in 2013, where Peyton Manning looked lost out there. That's because Pete Carroll and those boys put together a monster game plan to shut him down. He looked hapless. I mean, that's the Patriots' best chance to get a win here. Can they have Darnold seeing ghosts one more time?
It's a good question. Also, you got the battle of the mics. This is the battle of the mics. You have Mike McDonald from the Seahawks, and you have Mike Vrabel from the Patriots, both leading their teams to 14-3 this year. Interesting side note, Mike McDonald, he is from Boston. In his high school yearbook,
that's right,
he said he wanted to be the Red Sox GM. So interesting career arc for him. that he's going to be playing his hometown team. You wonder if he is as mad if they lose because he seems like he's probably a Patriots fan. And then you have Vrabel, who could be the first player and coach to ever win a Super Bowl with the team and coach the same team to a win. So 2 very interesting storylines, but this is Mike Squared. This is the battle of the mics. This is 2 mics.
Yeah. A couple of mics going at it. It's a fascinating matchup. And, yeah, another thing on the quarterbacks, it's like Sam Darnold has been better than Drake Maye in these playoffs. There's no doubt. He's played better, at least the last few weeks. I feel like the way people are talking, it's just a foregone conclusion that Darnold's going to be the better quarterback again in the playoffs. Like, even though Maye has had a bad 3-game stretch, is it crazy to think that for one day he can look like the guy who's an MVP candidate during the regular season? I mean,
Against this defense? No.
it's a tough opponent to do it against. But it just seems like right now, in most people's minds, it is a foregone conclusion. They want Darnold over Maye in this game. I feel like if I asked you midway through a season in a vacuum, who do you want, Darnold or Maye? Who do you think is a higher ceiling? Who is going to produce more for you on a given day? It's Maye all day. So
I don't know. I think you asked midway through the season. I think you have to ask that question in 2 different standards. Who do you want to lead your program for the next 10 years? Probably most people pick Maye, but who do you want to win now this year? I think Sam Darnold's proven that for me. I mean, he's the only quarterback to be 14-3 in consecutive years with 2 different teams ever. This guy has proven that he can win in the NFL at a high level and play some damn good football. So enough of that slandering of Sam Darnold. Just because he's got red hair and a great red beard does not mean this guy is not a stud.
no, I'm a big Darnold guy, but it's I feel like it's the biggest X factor that's being completely slept on in the Super Bowl. It's like, what if Drake Maye just plays better than he's played? Because the Patriots defense has been dominant.
What if they just like win?
What if he just has a better game? It's like, I feel like people look at him, they just think this is what he is now. I mean, in the Houston game, he actually had his moments. If he didn't put the ball on the ground about 11 times, then like he was slinging the ball around, only player to throw 3 touchdown passes against the Texans. Denver was a different story. He seemed tentative. The Denver pass rush was eating the Pats O-line alive, and he couldn't do much of anything. But he's had his moments throughout the playoffs. We're forgetting, this is any given Sunday. I like the chances for Drake Maye to have his best game in the playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of storylines in the Super Bowl. We have a lot coming in the next week leading up to the Super Bowl as well. We're going to hopefully have some bigger guests coming on. Not that you're not big.
I mean, I'm pretty big. I'm like 225.
Yeah,
Shit.
This guy can lift. I mean, what are we at on the deadlift right now?
I mean, I don't really go crazy with like super high like weight with deadlifts, but I'm repping 405 consistently. So
Nice. What are we
Shit.
benching?
I usually only do incline bench, and I do 225 on incline bench,
For what?
like 8 to 10 reps typically.
Nice. What peptide you on?
So GNC Creabolic, so good, dude.
Tell
Yeah.
me more about creabolic.
So it's
Sounds like a match up 2 different words.
5 grams of creatine monohydrate, right?
Sure.
It is 2.8, I think, of leucine, or HMB, which is a leucine peptide, and then a creatine peptide. So all of it essentially is just there to help with recovery, and then the creatine peptide is actually to help with muscle building. Creatine monohydrate by itself is just there to help ensure that your body has saturation of creatine for performance in the gym. Doesn't necessarily help with recovery or building muscle. It just helps you perform. But the actual creabolic, or the creatine peptide helps with the recovery aspect.
Yeah, I mean, kind of bringing it to the Patriots, I feel like Mike Vrabel probably just wakes up and snorts creatine every
Mike
morning.
Vrabel he just is a creatine peptide.
Yeah.
He is the definition
Like if you
of
just
peptide.
stand near him, it's like in
Yeah.
a video game. If you stand near like certain people, like certain characters, you just like gain health or whatever it may be. Like he's got proximity, like strength building factors to him.
He's
Also,
a football guy.
R.I.P. to Mike Vrabel's piece. If they win the Super
That is
Bowl,
true.
Oh,
he
yeah.
has to cut off his
Yeah.
piece.
And he said it was if they win a Super Bowl. It's not
Yes.
even just this year.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tough look for him and his wife. But he said he would do it. They've been married for a while. They already have kids.
Yeah.
Does that play a
So,
factor into this game, Andy?
True football guy.
Does he coach scared?
No.
No, he never coaches scared.
He might even cut it off ahead of time just to not let that be a factor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might cut off the head of time.
There you go.
That is crazy.
No, that's good for you, man. That's awesome.
And how's the pliability these days?
Oh, that could use some work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still think I'm pretty nimble.
There we go.
I'm pretty quick. It's just my hips aren't as oily as they used to be. I definitely couldn't get out there and break up a pass. I'm not swiveling my hips at all.
Yeah, you'd be a very stiff
Yeah.
outside linebacker for sure.
Yeah.
Andy, what position did you play football?
No. Never
What
taken a
position
snap.
would you play if you played?
I feel like I'd be a fullback, dude. Bring back the
Fullback?
fullback.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I would love
Definitely.
to say like slot receiver or some shit, but I am so slow. I would never be able to get open. I could not play any defense. Someone was like, "Oh, you could be a free safety." I
Trent,
couldn't run anyone
what's
down.
your assessment as the guy who has the experience?
To be perfectly honest, like in all, and I do not mean this disrespectfully. No, I don't. I actually think you could be a really good long snapper.
Okay,
Like
they matter.
Like I'm saying, because you got to think
25-year career.
these long snappers, a lot of them are not the just top of the line athletes. Like you could legitimately make a career and go very far as a long
been
snapper.
great.
I'm not saying you couldn't have played slot in high school and had success. I'm just saying if you actually wanted to move up the ranks and play in college, I've played with long snappers who are 1/10 of the athlete that both of you are. So, and they had Division I scholarships, getting a full ride.
Write the Netflix
Dang.
documentary right now.
So it would be interesting to see, especially with the new eligibility rules, if we all just
a good
started a
point.
documentary, lawn chair goes back to college, and we all just train for 6 months to become long snappers.
Long snappers, you.
And just see if we can get on USF or UCF or something, and we'll just see who makes it.
Fuck
We'll
around and
open
go to
tryouts.
college.
I guess on the top, do you guys have a favorite long snapper from over the years?
The Bears had one forever. I forgot what his name is. It was Pat something. I forgot what his last name was, but he was around forever.
So the Bills didn't have a favorite long snapper. We had a favorite punter, which was Brian Mormon. So, I mean, in the years, the 15-year stretch where we didn't make the playoffs, the entire city's favorite player was Brian Mormon. We had no quarterback that we liked. We had no receivers we liked. But Brian Mormon was there through it all. And he was the guy who used to run for first downs on fake punts.
Love
and he was
that.
really skinny. And then he went to the Pro Bowl, and then he ran, and he got absolutely demolished on the sideline. So R.I.P. to Brian Mormon, because I think he died after that day.
And that's why they
Patrick-
don't play the Pro Bowl anymore.
Patrick Manley. That was his name. He
Patrick
was
Manley?
he was a long snapper for the Bears from 1998 to 2013.
Who's your favorite special teams player?
Well, my favorite long snapper his name is Brian Canton, and he was the Patriots. They didn't have a long snapper down the stretch in 2003. This was their second Super Bowl when they played the Carolina Panthers. He was a veteran. He'd been retired. I think he was working as a PE teacher somewhere in the South. Patriots bring him in for a tryout. He wins the job. The week leading up to the Super Bowl, he cannot long snap the ball to save his life. Nothing is accurate. He is botching everything. Basically, they line up for a game-winning field goal. Steven Vinatieri. How could I say that? Adam Vinatieri. He just decides, I'm just going to snap the fuck out of this thing and see what happens. Just chuck it as hard as I can. For the first time forever, it is on the money. I mean, perfect long snap. They win the Super Bowl. But he actually had a much better moment later on. Years later, he was doing commentary for low-level college football games on ESPN. And I'm not going to say it on this broadcast, but everyone should Google it because he had one of the great commentators completely effing up moments. Basically, if you've ever seen the 4th down and 9 clip, we're going to get into it after this. Just Google 4th down and 9.
Speaking of Google, when I was looking up Patrick Manley, one of the first Google searches was how to become a long snapper in the NFL.
Yeah, no, it's doable.
Should I
and there's
go?
definitely a path to that for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm 90% sure someone just
That's
took my
great.
picture.
If
too.
you had to draft, I think, okay, we'll do this on a sliding scale. Okay, they have to be completely hilarious, a little bit fat, and didn't have success, but they should have, and they deserved it. Who would be your ultimate head coach that kind of fits that bill?
Oh, former player who just
Could be anything. Could be a former player. It could be a former coach that just never did
Wait,
well.
so what are the
Okay,
qualifications?
he kind of has to be fat,
Okay.
and he
As
had to
it
be
should be.
bad, but you think he probably should have been better had he been in a better circumstance.
This is not answering your question at all, but do you guys remember that guy Jim Tomsula, who was the 49ers coach for one season after they fired Jim Harbaugh? Like, Harbaugh brought them back to prominence. They were getting to Super Bowls. They fired him because I guess he's kind of a dick behind the scenes. They hired the least qualified guy ever. He looked like the guy who you would have thought like played Mario in the Mario movie. Like just a complete like he just like someone they pulled out of an Italian deli. I think they won like 2 games that season. It's a complete joke. Google Jim Tomsula. This guy was hilarious. I think they hired him just because he looked funny.
I gotta go in a second, but mine would be Rob Ryan.
Oh, Rob
yeah.
Ryan. Yeah,
We'll love
that's a good
seeing
one.
I
Shot.
wanted to see him get his head coaching chance.
I got that guy from the Browns, man. The guy whose stomach used
yeah,
to
the Browns
go
are
when he
nice.
said hut. If that guy ever got his chance,
What was his name, dude? I can't remember his
I think
name.
Santa or something like that.
Santa,
but
yeah.
No, that guy was
Jolly
an
old guy,
absolute
yeah.
beast. But Andrew, listen, gotta walk the dog. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, my dog's gotta go.
Please don't hit the camera on your way
They don't
out.
be in the camera.
I'm gonna definitely
Just
knock
go
it
that
over.
way and then over. You should be fine.
We'll test out my nimble hips right
That's
now.
true.
Those
You've been training for
oily
moments like
hips. Yeah.
this. They are very
Can you
oily.
push the mic to the right? Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you.
Good luck in softball.
We got this. Of course.
Yeah, probably better.
No, it's crazy. Also, I always want to see Ed Ogeron coach in the NFL. Just because I want to see his press conferences, just because everything he says is so much funnier because of his voice.
That's fair.
Like he could be announcing a season-ending injury, and I would say that's hilarious because of his accent.
Ed Ogeron's an interesting guy. He reminds me of the character in The Water Boy who you can't understand.
Yeah.
He's literally the same person. But were there any other segments that you wanted to redo?
Yeah, let's think. I mean, we talked about Bill Belichick not getting in the Hall of Fame in the first ballot. Eli Manning reportedly will not get in the Hall of Fame either. This is his second ballot. So what are our thoughts here? Do you think Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame?
Eli Manning is not getting into the Hall of Fame only because he beat the Patriots, and there's a disdain that Patriot fans have for Eli Manning. This is completely biased selection here. Eli Manning has one of the best careers of any NFL quarterback. If you win 2 Super Bowls, that should be a guaranteed punch into the first ballot of the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning beat a 16-0 Patriots team in unbelievable fashion. He is of the utmost deserving of this award and of the first ballot Hall of Fame. I think it's an absolute shame that the NFL is not letting Eli Manning in.
Yeah, I would vote Eli in as well. And I think he will eventually get in. I don't understand all this crap of like, oh, he's not first ballot, but he has to wait a few years, whatever. I think he's not your typical Hall of Fame case. Without the 2 Super Bowl wins, the resume doesn't jump off the charts. I think his career record was just over 500, but those 2 Super Bowl wins, super impressive. Did it against the most dominant team of the era. I mean, particularly the first one where you beat the 16-0 team. And I know a lot of it was a dominant Giants defense, but he played big in the big moments, particularly those game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. And especially, really both times, actually. He went through a gauntlet, even through the NFC, to get there. So I think Eli Manning, a unique case, but I'd vote him in my Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Listen, we're just happy you joined. Obviously, today was brought to you by Kalshi. We're going to have a lot more to talk about in the Super Bowl. We don't want to get all into it today. Please tune in for the next 2 episodes. But if you haven't already, please follow, like, subscribe. We appreciate anything. If you hate me, subscribe. If you love Andy, subscribe. If you hate Andy, subscribe.
Yep.
If you love me, subscribe. But what I can tell you is we're going to continue to bring unfiltered, real sports talk to your living rooms, to your car, to your phone. You can scroll through us while you're taking a shit. Who would you rather scroll through than me in this cowboy shirt talking shit about Boston fans? I know that a lot of these Patriots fans are mad at me, and I get it. But there are 31 other teams out there that agree with me. So show some support for me. I'm getting dogged by this Boston crowd. Andy, for some reason, people don't know that my co-host is a Patriots fan. So again, when you guys comment to the Instagram of the show saying that we just hate the Patriots, you need to listen to the full podcast because this guy is defending the Patriots' honor every single episode. And I'm just here to talk reality. So like, subscribe. Andy, what do you want to leave the viewers with the final thing you want to say to them?
Yeah, I just want to say, I mean, the support this entire playoffs, it's been incredible. So excited for Super Bowl week. Excited for the game. Excited for the halftime performances. I think we buried the lead. I mean, you can probably tell from your attire, you will be performing at the All-American halftime show. It's presented by Truth Social.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be performing karaoke of Baby Lock Them Doors and Turn the Lights Down Low. So that's going to be my opening. I don't want to ruin the whole set list, though. I'll let them watch that live on Facebook Live. Where
Right, because this is
most
separate.
people will be watching.
And this is separate from the Turning Point USA halftime show,
yeah, we're
just to
going
clarify.
even further.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're excited for that. I have a large following on Facebook. So
I mean, you say we're nobodies, but this is the Truth Social halftime show performer. So,
yeah.
what do you say to that?
Thank you, Kalshi. We appreciate the support. They're allowing us to bring more content onto your phone. Kalshi, you guys are the man. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.